We're here with Mike Sanderson of the New Zealand entry Callisto. Mike, you've been here a few times before, and I believe you've even got your name on the Admiral's Cup. That was kind of strange. You weren't an owner. How did that happen?
Yeah, well,
What year was that?
In '99, I was lucky enough to be asked to sail on Mean Machine with the Dutch team, which was my first sort of introduction into sailing for the Dutch, which we obviously went on to great things with ABN AMRO years to come later. But no, on Mean Machine, we had a change of circumstance in the team and we needed someone to be the designated owner. And at the time I was the heaviest and the owner didn't have to weigh in. So I was the designated owner and we went on to win. And so, yes, it was nice to have a look at the trophy. I always joke that my name is on the trophy as an owner, but actually no owners' names are on the trophy. So yeah, I was the token, but luckily I didn't have to pick up the bill.
And also, if I remember rightly, in the days of the Champagne Mum, you used to get the weight of the skipper, isn't that right?
Well,
so did they take your weight?
That was actually a one. Oh no, we did. We all had to. Yes. I think in the end we all had to stand on the plank, yes, and we got our weight in champagne. But yeah, fun times for sure.
Fantastic. And then you've got quite an emotional attachment to this because we're standing across from the Royal Yacht Squadron.
Yes.
If I'm right, you kind of took a quick break while you were going around the world. Tell us about that.
Well, yes. I mean, this is a particularly emotional part of the ocean or part of the world for me. Just off here in 0506 is where we finished the Atlantic leg, which sealed our victory in that version of the Volvo Ocean Race. And then a week later, Emma and I were married in the church behind us here, and our reception at the Royal Yacht Squadron.
Nice.
And then, but the very sad part about that is at 5 a.m. we had to get up in the morning and go on a charter flight to Hans Horowitz's funeral. So, I can't be on the Solent or around here without having lots of very, mixed feelings, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Very special, though, in so many ways.
Now, I think you're also right in saying that you're on a pretty small boat on Kalisto.
Yes.
And you're not really used to sailing anything much under about 60 foot, is that right?
No, well, this is going to actually be my first fastnet race on anything slower than a Whitbread 60. So, luckily, when I did the Admiral's Cup in the Mum 36, they only sent us to Wolf Rock. So they shortened the course for us. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, these little 40-footers are super quick, though.
Yeah.
And, they're great fun to sail. They're very dynamic. We've got a fantastic crew. We have, if there was a trophy for the best banter on board, I'm pretty sure we would win that.
Excellent.
We've got a lot of mates on board who we've all sailed together a lot. And so for those that are... it's their first time sailing with us. I'm sure there's a bit of shock to some of the comments, but no, we get on really well. It's super fun. Jim Murray, our owner, who's an amazing sailor himself, and he's a truly inspirational leader. Though every time he speaks to the group, we all learn a lot about leadership and what he's done to bring this team together. And they're wonderful people, and so we're really enjoying it all.
Now, we just come out of a press conference just before the Channel Race starts tomorrow, and pretty much all of the 12 representatives of the boats have all talked about how complex it is to win this thing and that you just do not know until everyone's home, basically. So staying out of trouble and no breakages and, yes, definitely as few rule infringements or mistakes as you can make, yeah?
Yes. It's a really fine line, though, because, I think... in all honesty, between the hare and the tortoise didn't actually ever win anything, So you do have to push, you've got to go out and sail, as, properly, and you've got to sail hard, and you do have to sail to win. But you also have to race very responsibly because you're part of a team.
Yeah.
And you've got to stay out of the protest room. You've got to stay on the right side of the start line. Letters have to stay off the score sheet, that's for sure. So Yeah.
That's a very nice, a nice little expression. Letters staying. So the only letters are
Of course.
DNQ, DNS, DNC.
Yeah, DSQ, OCS. So you don't want any of those. It gets very expensive very quickly, and we're double points tomorrow, and we're triple points for the Fastnet. So
and you've got all to give. I think 79 the Australians, and that fierce stuff. We're just pushing it all the way home. And
exactly. So no, you really don't know, and even coming into Cherbourg, there's potentially a tide gate within 50 miles of the finish. So within the last there's lots of opportunity, and we've got even within the fleets. You've got a reasonably big range between the fastest and the slowest boats. So the little boats and versus the top end of the rating band is quite wide. It's going to be super fascinating.
So last one, just talk about the Channel Race. Bit of a sort of mixed bag of weather there, isn't it? Sort of a bit of a low coming through, small one.
Yes.
And then just twisting southwest to south or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And so pretty interesting weather. It'll be fascinating this evening to see where they send us. There's rumour on the street that they might possibly delay the start a little bit.
Right.
Just because of the fact that, if it's going to be a true park up for the first hour, then that's, not the greatest way to start the event. We'll see it. But, I think we've all come here because of the excitement of the changeable conditions and the weather and the tide and
so many variables.
If you love weather, then this is a pretty fun part of the world to be in. And so we're going to get lots of everything. What we have learned is that if the navigators say there's a chance of showers, that can be a fairly torrential downpour. So considering they are currently saying it's going to rain tomorrow, I hope we're not into flash flooding conditions in Cowes. So, but no, it's a really interesting and very dynamic forecast. So it's going to be a fun race.
Good way to start the whole series.
Anyway. May as well mix it up.
Absolutely. Well, all the best for tomorrow and indeed the rest.
Thank you very much.
Not so much all the best entirely if you beat the Australians, but I'm sure near neighbours.
Absolutely. when we're this far away from home, the Anzac cousins kick in pretty deep. So we'll be looking after each other out there.
Lovely. Thanks so much, Mike.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Nice to see you.